Hi, this is Makola Spokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. Today, I want to deal with part 4 of this great topic that speaks about the traits of inclusive leaders. Traits of inclusive leaders. And today, I want to deal with commitment as a trait of inclusive leaders. Commitment as a trait of inclusive leaders. Now, inclusive leaders, they are deeply committed to diversity. They are deeply committed to inclusiveness as well, or inclusion, because this is something that you have to be conscious about. You have to be committed to it. You have to do it in season and out of season, because this is not something that you can do it casually. You need to be committed. Now, because if you want to be inclusive, you must be deeply committed in diversity. Now, diversity, for instance, is when people differ in cultures, when people differ in nationalities, as we have said, people may differ in languages. People may also differ in skill sets. People may be differing because of backgrounds as well and culture. And we have said this in the beginning, that when people differ in that regard, that diversity must be acknowledged. And when you are actually going to be committed, you need to be aware that you need to be committed in diversity correction, which is very important. Now, many of us are actually ignoring the issue of diversity. And that is why many people take it for granted that human beings are human beings. They will find a way to work together, even when there are some differences. No, let them talk and sit together and sort it out. It's not as easy as that. Because if you are not committed to diversity as an individual and start putting measures, therefore, that will bring people of diverse groups together, it's not going to work. And it doesn't just work by osmosis as well. It doesn't just work by automatic button press, but it's going to work because somebody's working on it. Now, as a leader that is desperate to be inclusive, as a leader that is having a heart of inclusion, so please make sure that you're committed to the word inclusion, that you want to include everyone. Now, I want you to understand this, that if there is an industry that has employed only men, and you want to be diverse, you want to be conscious of diversity, and start employing women as well in that industry, you're going to work, you need to work hard towards that. You need to be committed in it, and you need to go you're gonna need to go and do it in season and out of season, as I've said earlier. You're gonna need to make a conscious decision. Put up some plans. Put up some ways and principles, and maybe even policies that you're going to use actually to include others, because otherwise it's not going to work until you're committed to it. Now, if we are going to speak about commitment for a moment, is that commitment is not a once-off thing. Commitment is not something that you do today and stop doing it tomorrow. Commitment is not something that you do half-heartedly. Commitment is something that you do with your full heart and committed, therefore. Now, commitment is not based on double-mindedness, and I want to emphasize that, because there are many people that say, I'm committed, while their mind is somewhere else, not only there. This is very important that we emphasize this, that you must be careful, and you must know this, that commitment is consistency, that you do things with, and you must actually pull all resources towards making this work. And a person who's committed in diversity will actually pull all the resources. They will actually spend their own time focusing on diversity to make sure that you include every single individual from all walks of life. And that is done with commitment. Now, I want to emphasize this, that leaders that are inclusive, they'll be committed to diversity. And they will be inclusive at all times because it aligns with personal values. Now, remember that as an individual, as a leader who is inclusive, you're going to need to develop values, personal values of diversity, personal values of inclusiveness, personal values of opening doors for everybody, personal values of knowing that all human beings are created in the image of God. If that type of a value is in you, you are not going to start looking at people differently. You are going to see individuals as individuals, but made and created by God. Because of that, therefore, you will actually work towards actually making sure that people are included and they feel included as well. Because of that, you're going to be committed to inclusiveness, and you're going to make sure that as you are committed to inclusiveness, you are going to make sure that you press on that diversity works, but that must be your personal values first. And I've seen people that wanna patch and go. They wanna say, we are inclusive, we are conscious of diversity, but you find that this is not their personal values. And when you do it out of just speaking out of it, just out of the head, and it's not your personal values, it becomes therefore difficult to make diversity work, because diversity should be out of personal values. It must be something that you believe in. In the business case for diversity as well and inclusion, you must actually, if you're running a business, you want to include everybody, it must be something that you believe in it. And I've actually emphasized this even before, that if you are somebody who doesn't believe in women as equal to men, you don't believe that women have got the same intelligence than men, you don't believe that women can do the job like a man, you don't believe that women are as well human beings, you're going to have a problem actually in including women in anything. It's the same. Like if somebody don't believe, as a white person, you don't believe that a black person is a human being. You don't believe that a black person is also a person who needs to be respected. You don't believe that. You're going to have a problem in diversity as well. You're going to have a problem in inclusiveness. Now, as an individual, as a young man, I want to teach you that it doesn't matter of the color of the people. And that is why we've spoken about bias earlier. It's because there are people that are biased towards certain people. And we want to avoid that, because that will help you to actually be inclusive. Now, we want to emphasize that you need commitment, therefore, to commit into diversity as a young man. But please, let it be personal values. Let it be something that you believe in yourself, because it is easier to apply inclusiveness when you believe in inclusiveness yourself. And I want to end up here today. Your host, my Connor Spogani. Thank you very much for listening to us and being part of this great topic today. And I believe that you've learned quite a bit today. We'll deal with part 5 tomorrow. Please join us as we do so. And I know that you will subscribe as well to our YouTube channel under my Connor Spogani and click that notification button. Make sure that you are notified of any video that we post so that you can be taught and learn something out of it. Join us for part 5 tomorrow. May the good Lord bless you, and cheers for now.